It's actually 7:43 in Moab, Utah this morning. I saw a beautiful sunrise. If you're a Facebooker, get on my Facebook site and you'll see that. And it had a thunderstorm in front of the sunrise, and it looked like the mountains were on fire. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to business and actually talk about what we're talking about after I get my camera all set up. There we go. Can everybody hear me out there that's watching? I know there's only a few people watching right now, but I need to go ahead and make a statement. Ow, that hurt. I need to make a statement, and it's a very ridiculous situation we got here. Now, I just loaded a video up, and it's called, and we can look at it right here there it is right there. Okay, so I just loaded this video up, and it's about me having to repair a shithole employee's work. Now, when I say shithole employee, I'm going to go ahead and explain this to you because there's a lot of people out there that think they have all the answers, but they don't because they've never had a small business and never had employees. But they're going to tell me how it's run. So one of our comments was right here. Let's see. Here's one. No, let's go to this one here. Where's that at? Son of a bitch. There were several comments on here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read them to you. And these comments are from people that have never owned a business and have never had employees. They just want to go ahead and throw their comment out there like they got all the answers. Now, before we go any further, I want to explain what we're talking about. I did in the video that I loaded yesterday, there was a red 1966 Mustang that I restored for a guy. And I had an employee at the time that was working for me. And he worked for me for approximately, I would say 6 months, maybe 8 months, off and on. When I say off and on, see, this is the deal about employees. When you hire somebody, they're great. They're great people, and they bust their ass, and they want to work, and they're going to do anything they got to do a beautiful, extreme, nice job. But as time goes by, and time starts to settle in, and the employee gets comfortable working for you, and he becomes what can we call semi-close friend because you're working with him every day and you're hanging out with him and you're listening to music and you're, doing this and doing that. You start to trust the employee. So you're over here working on something and he's over here working on something. And you're like, okay, I got to get this body work done. Go ahead and prep that car up. We've already done 3 of them. Prep that up so I can put primer on it. So he's over here, doing his thing all day, and you're over here. So you put your trust in him. Now you're walking back and forth. You're checking him out. Hey, how's it going, buddy? You doing a good job? Great. So you're not really paying attention to him like you were when he first started. So eventually, the employee, and this isn't all employees. I'm not going to say every single employee in the world, but a lot of these employees, and this is in the business I'm in, a lot of these people that are in the business I am are lazy ass punks. And I'm saying that from experience. I've been around a lot of people at my shop that are lazy ass losers. They want to work. They work their ass off when they first start, and then eventually they are lazy asses. They do half-ass work, and the only reason they're coming in is for a day called Friday, payday. I want my money. Eventually, if you keep these losers around long enough, they end up actually running the operation and treating you like you are the employee. But a lot of people don't understand that because they don't have their own business and they've never ran their own business. I don't have any employees. I am not hiring anybody ever again. This has happened to me for 40 years plus, off and on. And like I said, not every employee. I've actually had some really good employees and paid them a lot of money. But I'll be damned if I'm going to pay somebody $20 an hour that's giving me $5 a fucking hour worth of work. So don't leave a comment and say, well, you need to pay the people to do the work you want. Bullshit. Don't leave a comment and say, it's your fault. Your fault that car's messed up because you weren't watching the guy. This guy here, he says, why didn't you check his work at each stage? Okay, what's the stage that I need to check it out? The stage of him pulling a piece of sandpaper off and folding it on a sanding block to block sand. That's the first stage. The next stage is actually using the block sander and sanding it. What stage are you talking about, sir? A good leader, boss, sets the quality expectations. I'm going to go ahead and comment on that comment that he left 13 hours ago. This is what I wrote, okay? And then we're going to add to it. This is me talking to that guy that said, why didn't you check his work at each stage? A good leader boss sets the quality of expectations. Okay, Mr. Commenter guy that you think you know everything. Obviously, you don't own or own a business. You have never owned a business. It's impossible to put your eyeballs on the employee at all times when you're doing several jobs at once. Now, if I was only working on one car and he was right here working and I'm right here next to him working and we're bumping shoulders and squeezing ass cheeks and having a good time and we're only working on one, yeah, I'm going to watch him 24/7. I'm going to do that. But when you have an employee working for you for 3 months plus, you shouldn't have to watch him 24 hours a day. At all times when you're doing several jobs at once, you as an employer put trust in who you hire, and when they first start working for you, do excellent work, but as time goes by, they slack off and get sloppy. Of course I watched him. It was when I wasn't watching him when the clown slopped the work and did a shit job. Your leader boss theory is shit, and you don't know jack about business. If you do, post your own videos. I love it when these people leave comments on my videos and they got these lame-brained, stupid names. They don't even use their real name. You can tell it's a fake YouTube account, and they probably got 37 of these YouTube accounts, and they get on all these YouTube channels and leave different accounts. This guy left his account. He's probably got 15 different accounts and left 15 different comments on this video. Because these people are the same person that screwed up the car in my video. Losers. That's what they are. Okay, here's one right here. This guy here, he's going to tell me, he's going to write me a book and tell me how to do it. Yes, good labor is hard to find, but when I had a new fella trying to get a full-time job with me, I would spend 5 minutes checking between stages. Nothing got filled with filler or primed over till I checked it. An individual idea of quality differs person to person. For a few minutes, it avoids the costly time and expense to redo a job. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. But this is as much on you as the individual, whether it's a car yard job or a quality top restoration. And when he understands the level and procedure you expect, you either have or don't have an employer. Okay? I think he meant employee. As for insurance, they run a business and are there to make money, not look after the repair. Okay, he made two mistakes. First of all, if you have an employee working for you, I would say after 90 days, you should be able to put your trust in him to do whatever you want him to do by himself. Has anybody ever heard the 90-day probation period? You can work for me, sir, but you're on a 90-day probation period. If you can't prove yourself in 90 days, you're out. Now, let me go ahead and explain something real quick. It's going to take a few words. I've been in business for over 40 years. So here's a little theory here about checking in between each single stage. Once again, and he even states here, I would spend 5 minutes checking between each individual stage. So that means you were standing over him like this. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Where are we at? Where's it at? Okay, here we go. So you're telling me that you're standing over him like this, watching him pretty much 16 hours a day, and the only time you left is when you had to take a piss. That's what you're saying. Is that what you mean? Because I want to make sure I got my eyeball on you all the time, sir. That was his first mistake on the comment, stating that you should watch him in every single stage, blah, blah, blah. Okay? The second mistake he made was, as for insurance companies, they run a business and they're there to make money, not look after the repair. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about insurance companies, people. Okay, and this goes out for jerk off here, Mr. Business owner that thinks he's a professional at what he's doing, which I don't think the guy owns a business. I think he's full of shit. Insurance companies don't give a rat crap about you. They are out for one thing, to own you. Did you know your insurance company owns you? They own you like the government owns you. Did you know 25, 30 years ago, there was a law passed nationwide in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the country. Mandatory that you have to have insurance. You have to have insurance or you will not drive a car. It is mandatory. They went into the government, they lobbied themselves to make a mandatory situation that says you will have insurance and you are going to pay us. The insurance company owns you. They will say and do anything to get the better half of the situation in their corner. Okay, hold on one second. Hold on, here we go. And then you will turn out to be the piss poor little loser boy that you are and do exactly what the insurance company tells you to do because they own you. They own you, sir. Believe it or not, the insurance company is bigger than you, and they will treat you like a pile of jerk-off junk and spit on you and treat you like this. I love insurance companies. They're a business too. Bullshit. In the video, the owner of the car brought the car to a mechanic shop, and I told him I wouldn't bring it to that mechanic shop. I don't like that mechanic shop. He didn't listen to me. And this is after I painted the car. The car fell off the lift. Now, they didn't want to take responsibility of the situation. They said it was an accident. And then, of course, I called the police and told them that this accident happened over there. So they decided, okay, we'll call our insurance company. Well, the insurance company they have is one of these fly-by-night little, hole in the wall, 10 by 10 office insurance companies that don't want to pay nothing. And the only way you're going to get money out is you got to go get a lawyer and you got to sue them and all this. So they didn't pay what it really cost to fix the car. Did I charge the owner the difference? No, I didn't. I went ahead and fixed his car for him and took what the insurance company paid, and I stuck it in my ass. And I'm the one that got screwed on that because I helped somebody out. And that's another thing that you, the viewer that leaves these stupid comments, do not understand. That a lot of people in life need help. That's why you go look for a job, because you need help. You need a job to pay your bills. You're looking for that handout for somebody to hire you and give you a chance. Everybody in life wants a chance sooner or later. They deserve that chance to prove themselves. I'm the type of guy that I will give that guy a chance. If I think that he's worthy, whether he looks like a scumbag or like an upstanding best citizen in the world, I'll give him a chance, but not anymore. I'm not hiring anybody, so don't leave any comments say, I'll work for you, Pete. I don't hire nobody anymore. Nobody's going to work for me, and I do it by myself. And if you want me to do your car, don't get in a hurry and think you're going to get your car tomorrow, because you're not. Go somewhere else. I don't care. So that was 2 comments. Here's a guy. He left this one here. I'm going to go ahead and read this comment. Being abusive to the people that are still around and working as a result in some loser that is gone and no longer hears you is something the company I work for does well. I guess what he's saying is, it's nice that you're talking behind this ex-employee's back. Why don't you talk to him in his face? Excuse me, I did talk to him in his face. I did talk to this piece of shit loser employee I had to his face. What do you think I am? Do you think that I'm the guy that all I do is talk about people behind their back? If I got a problem with you, I'm going to tell you to your face, jerk. And if you were sitting here, Mr. Commenter Guy, I would tell you to your face, you're full of shit. Anyone that is unfortunate enough to still be around gets to be a punching bag over things they have nothing to do with. Okay, they must be talking about Minnie the Body Shop girl. I guess he thinks I use my wife as a punching bag. Obviously, he hasn't watched enough of my videos to know actually what's going on. I left a comment back and I said, abuse? Yeah, okay. Who's the one getting the abuse? The employer because he has to redo the idiot's work, or the idiot that screwed the boss? I don't know. This is what it comes down to, people. It comes down to one thing. You put your trust in somebody you hire. You put them on a probation period to prove themselves. They prove themselves and you leave them alone. I need this done. Do it. Okay, boss man, I'm doing it. You don't hire somebody that you have to babysit every single minute that he's on the job. You don't hire somebody that you got to micromanage from 7:45 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. You don't hold his hand when he has to go to the bathroom, okay? You don't shut the door for him so nobody can see him take a crap. You don't follow him around like a stupid shadow. So all these people, commenters, that leave comments like they're going to try to micromanage my business, you don't know nothing. Nothing. Here's a guy that says, hey, Pete, stop hiring meth heads and convicts. Who said I hired meth heads and convicts? Do you really think I'm going to hire somebody that's on heroin? Do you really think I'm going to hire somebody that's doing drugs? Maybe they might be ex-convicts or ex-meth heads, because I believe in giving a person a chance in life. If you prove to me that you're not doing drugs and you want to work, at the time, yes, I would hire you. That doesn't mean that I can say, get the fuck out of here because you're a stupid idiot after several months of working for me and you haven't proven yourself. But there's no sense in why I can't give a person a chance in life to try to raise their stamina of being a human being. My sister died from heroin. She was a heroin addict. She took a hit of heroin, shot it up in her arm, or however the hell she did it, I wasn't there, and took so much at one time, she was standing on a concrete floor, and she had passed out while she was doing her heroin and fell face first on the concrete, just like that. It smashed her face, completely crushed her face in, and she died instantly. She was a heroin addict. Nobody in my family talked to this heroin addict. She was a pile of shit, a scumbag. She was total white trash, my sister. She sold her body and did unbelievable sex acts to get money for her addiction. If she had a chance to steal something, she would do it. It was the drugs and the devil inside the drug that was making her do all this. I'm not going to sit here and sound like some TV preacher. You know, that's another thing. You know, these preachers get on TV and they sell Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ isn't for sale, people. Anybody that makes money off Jesus Christ, there's your scumbag for you. My sister falls straight on her face just like that, kills herself, and nobody gives a shit. So what? I'm the only one besides her husband that talked to her in my family. So don't sit there. I actually paid for her funeral and I also paid for her headstone because nobody in my family would do anything for her. Okay? And her husband, I mean, I don't know what he's like today, but he was kind of a fucking loser then. I don't know what he is because I don't talk to him. But I'm the one who paid for all the shit to have my sister buried because nobody else in my family would. So as far as your comment goes, jerk off, hey, Pete, stop hiring meth heads and convicts. I'm a people reader, dude. I know how to read people very well. And if I want to help somebody out because they're trying to up their life and make something better of themselves, I'm going to do what I got to do. That doesn't mean I'm not going to watch my ass. And when they screw up, I'm not going to let them go. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to let them go. Hey, Pete, stop hiring meth heads and convicts. Find yourself a hardworking amigo that doesn't even speak English. And he's going to do a great job for you. And by the way, get a dog so you'll always have a buddy when your lady leaves. Well, Mr. Illegal alien employer here doesn't know anything about my life and has probably watched 3 videos. First of all, my lady is never going to leave me. So any of you jerk-offs out there that want to leave comments that feel sorry for Minnie, maybe you should watch a few more of my videos and see exactly how our relationship is. Asshole! I left a comment and I said, when my lady leaves, question mark, that's a laugh. And my dog is with me all the time. I think I answered it. I don't need to leave anything else. There was a guy that actually left a comment to his comment. And this is what he said. He said, hey, I'm a convict and I know how to prep right because a professional taught me. It's just lazy people that don't want to do the job the right way. They don't love what they do anymore, so they slot the work. They care more about money than making the car look nice because it's not their car and it's not their business. Keep that in mind. I agree with the guy that left that comment about being a convict. Just because you're a convict doesn't mean you're a piece of shit and you're not going to do a good job. Now, what kind of convict are you? Are you a pedophiler? I'm not fucking hiring you, sir. Okay? I'm not going to hire a child molester. Okay? I'm not going to hire a rapist. I mean, let's go ahead and get the facts square here and straight. Okay, let's make sure we cover every single corner of the screen and every angle so the commenter can't leave a stupid comment to make himself look noticed. Because that's what these kind of people leave these kind of comments. That's all. They're here for notoriety. What can we say? For attention. If you were a drug addict at one time in your life, that's a bad situation. If you cleaned your life up and you don't do drugs anymore, God bless you. If you just quit doing drugs because somebody like me might have gotten your face and woke you up and said that you're going to die sooner than I am because you want to do drugs and you decide to clean your act up, don't come over here asking me for a job. Prove to me that you are actually clean and you want to do something with your life and come back in 6 months or a year and I'll see what I can do. That's the attitude that I have about convicts and drug addicts. In the video, okay, this dumbass that left that comment, he didn't even watch the whole video. And this is why I can tell you that, okay? In the video, I explained how I paid $300 to put an ad in the Dallas Morning News for Help Wanted. And in that Help Wanted ad, I specifically said, no drugs, no alcohol, professionals only. I only got 2 phone calls on that. 2 phone calls. One of them was a dad of an ex-convict. No, actually, he didn't call me. He actually came over to my shop. I got 1 phone call from the ad, and the guy told me in the ad, when he called, he said, I just quit doing meth, or I just quit doing speed, or whatever he was doing, and I need a job. So I think that was a prank call. I was in my shop working, and it was in the wintertime. It was freezing ass cold. I had my doors closed, and I had the lights on. And my door opens up, and this old man walks in, and he says, I saw your ad in the newspaper. And he looks kind of bummish, I would say. Kind of like me, just wearing stupid clothes, didn't really look professional. He was the father of this guy. He's an older dude. And he says, I saw your ad in the newspaper, and I see your sign out there. And on the sign, even the sign says, professional help only. Help wanted. Professionals only. In big block, you know. It's like one of these metal for sale signs that you stick in the ground, you know, and you have letters on it. He walks in and he says, my son just got out of prison. He really doesn't know what he's doing, but he needs a job, and I saw that you need help. Are you joking? Of course, I didn't hire the guy, but I'm just bringing this up because assholes that leave these comments, like this guy here that says, don't hire meth heads and comments. You didn't even watch the video, dumbass. Why did you leave your comment? Every time I make a video of this type of situation, you always get these jerk-offs that think they know everything, all right? And they're going to leave comments to make it look like you don't know nothing. Am I mad because upset about commenters? No, I'm not really upset. I'm trying to set everybody square here that if you don't know how to run a small business, or you've never ran a small business and you've never had employees, you shouldn't comment on there and tell the 40-year-old business owner what he's doing wrong. Once again, I've had good employees, I've had bad employees. When you own a business like mine that is not a corporation, all right, you're not going to retire from working with me. I know that. I'm not going to pay retirement benefits. I'm not going to pay IRAs and all this other crap. I already know my type of business, and I knew this when I got in business, that employees are going to come and go. My type of small business, you got to pay your own taxes. I'm not doing that for you. You're basically self-employed. That's the type of business I have. You know that from the beginning when you start because you fill the tax form out that says you're going to pay your own taxes. I mean, that's basically all I could say. That's really the real situation here about small businesses, and you really don't know anything about them. Because to have a small business and survive in today's world you can't do it. I charge accordingly to pay my bills. Does that make sense? You got people out there that got 10, 15, 20 employees, and they're charging $100,000 to restore a car. Out of that $100,000, they got to pay all their employees to work on that car. They got to pay all their overhead costs, which includes the electricity, the building rent. There's not a lot of business owners that own their own building like I do. Believe it or not, most of these big businesses you see, they are renting their buildings. They don't own the business. Or they have a government small business loan and the government owns it for 35 or 40 years. I thank God that I own my building, my property, my house. I own it outright. And it's because I worked my ass off to do that. The only thing I pay is yearly taxes. I'm telling you more than you need to know. But from me being in business for over 40 years has got me to that level. But this is the other situation before you, Mr. I know everything commenter guy. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. All my stuff is paid for. When I say that, I'm talking about property. But I'm just a broke dog dick like you. I thank God that I had enough money to do what I did from selling my properties in Dallas. But I still work every single day. And I live paycheck to paycheck. And I charge accordingly to what it takes me to pay my bills and have a little bit of money extra. I'm a one-man operation. That's the way that I want it. And I charge my customers by the overhead costs that I have, if that makes any sense. I made a video about this guy that owns a shop, and he wants $14,000 up front before you bring your car to him and all this other shit. I don't do that. Matter of fact, I very, very rarely ever get any money up front until I have work done on the car. But when I ask for money, I better get my money, or I'm going to be pissed off. Because when I ask my customer for money, that means I'm broke and I need some money. I can start going in circles on this and, keep talking about small business this, small business that. But you know what? Unless you have been in my shoes or you have been on my side of the fence where there's no green grass, don't sit there and tell me how to run my business and whose fault it is and this, that, and the other, because you don't know shit. And I'm not going to sit here and write a book about a fucking employee from start to finish so you know the exact whole story. Of course, I cussed him out and bitched him out. I actually have video footage, detailed video footage of doing that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something. I'm going to tell you this, and this is a square deal. I make video footage. I have two reasons why. One is to make videos, of course, for YouTube, for you to learn from. But the main reason I make video footage, the main reason I started filming my shit is to have proof of verification what the fuck I did to your car. So if you come back saying, this is wrong, this is that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Really? Are you sure? Because that's how the world is today. Crooked son of a bitches. No one's ever happy with nothing. I have detailed video footage that I will never make videos and put them on YouTube because they're stupid, of every single fucking car that I work on. Ever since, we're talking back in the 90s, okay? I had an employee. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this little story here. Here's your fucking employee story. All right? I know it's getting boring, but you're going to like this story. I actually had an employee that diabolically had a plan with his friend, and this is no bullshit. His friend went out and wrecked his 1959 Ford Fairlane, wrecked the front of it, so he can claim it on his insurance, bring it to my shop, I fix the car, and then he sues me for not doing a quality job. This was an employee and his friend that had a diabolical plan that they were going to take my business from me and literally, even go farther than that, own my house and live in it. And this is a true fucking, I'm telling you right now, this went on for 2.5 years. They tried to take me to court. I had to get a lawyer. It started out in small claims court. I fucking won, of course. I won. It escalated to county court. I won in that, but check this out. I had insurance. I had Garage Keepers insurance. And I'm going to tell this to everybody out there that owns a small business that has Garage Keepers insurance. I won on my cases, but they were still going after the insurance company. Even though I won and this asshole piece of shit had to pay me, Well, guess where my money went? My money went to the lawyer. I didn't get shit. But it took 2.5 years to get this piece of crap scumbag, this slimeball gutter trash, off my fucking back. They went after the insurance company, and they sued the insurance company, and they ended up getting $15,000 cash from the insurance company. The insurance company that I paid, I think I was paying $3,500 a year for over 12 years, 15 years. I get legal papers in the motherfucking mail that this insurance company wants to sue me for $15,000 plus court costs. There's your insurance company for you, asshole! There's your faithful customer and your faithful employee, jerk! This guy that I hired, the only reason he wanted a job at my shop because him and his buddy were diabolically planning, had this all planned, that they were going to sue me and take my business over and take my house with it. You ought to watch your ass. Don't tell me what the fuck I need to do in my motherfucking business and how I should treat my motherfucking employees, because you don't know fucking shit about small business, bitch. I don't have no more fucking employees. I don't want no fucking employees. I don't want no one coming over here and working side by side with me. I don't need shit. All I need is my 2 fucking hands, my fucking brain, my fucking eyeballs, and my fucking shop. That's it. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, telling you, before you leave a comment about something you don't know, figure your own fucking life out and stop trying to run others. Bitch!